Good morning, church. Welcome to Coffee Time with Pastor Tim. This morning we continue in our study of the Psalms, and today we're going to talk about having a heart of gratitude. So if you'd open your Bibles with me to Psalm chapter 95, we're going to jump right in and see what the psalmist says about having a heart full of gratitude. He begins with this: "Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song. For the Lord is the great God, the great King above all gods. In his hands are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Come, let us bow down in worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, for he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as you did at Meribah, as you did that day at Massah in the desert, where your fathers tested and tried me, though they had seen what I did. For 40 years I was angry with that generation. I said, they are people whose hearts go astray, and they have not known my ways. So I declared on oath in my anger, they shall never enter my rest." As a young child, I always enjoyed receiving gifts. The thought of sitting down and writing a thank you card, though, wasn't something I was interested in. Like most young boys, I preferred to play rather than sit and put my thoughts onto paper. Taking the time to express gratitude shouldn't have been a difficult task for me. But my attitude turned something that should have been a joyful response into an obligation or a duty. When we allow ungratefulness or entitlement to creep in, we rob ourselves of the joy that comes from a life filled with thankfulness. When gratitude becomes a task rather than a joyful expression, we likely have a hardened heart. In this psalm, we are warned not to harden our hearts as the Israelites did. We often think of a hardened person as someone who doesn't want to respond to God. However, the hardened heart psalmist speaks about is the person who forgets to acknowledge God's goodness in their life. To harden our hearts is to continue in our lives without stopping to recognize the one who has blessed us. So here's a simple challenge for you over this next week. Ask yourself this question: has your attitude been causing gratitude to be a duty rather than a joyful response? If it is, then pray that God would remove those negative thought patterns in your life that hinder you from being thankful. Spend time in thanks, church. Spend time thanking God for everything that he has done within your life. Be a thankful people, because God has blessed us richly. Thank you so much for spending a few moments with me. If you're ever interested in going to church, we have church every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. at Richland and 10:30 at McConnell. I'd love to see you at either service. If not, we'll see you next week. Have a blessed week.